Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. Merry Christmas, man. Was it a Merry Christmas indeed? I had a great one with my uncle today. I hope you all enjoyed yours with your loved ones, family. Remember the reason for the season and all the good stuff. But for now, let's talk some Laker basketball. We got a victory tonight, 115-113 in spectacular fashion. I did have the halftime video for you on time, but this one is hours and hours after the game. This is not my fresh reaction because I did watch it with the uncle and then came on home. So I can tell you that I enjoyed this game a lot. I was a bit nervous. Some of the decision making down the stretch wasn't great, but ultimately Austin Reaves came through with the game-winning layup with with 1 second to go and saved the day for us all. It was spectacular, and it was a good decision. You know, I was calling stuff out as I was sitting there next to my uncle watching this game. I was like, "Yo, we were up by maybe 6 points or something. I was like, Steph Curry's gonna hit a big shot here," and he hit a big shot. And I was like, I think he has another one in him, and then he hit another one. You know, Steph Curry is just, you can really appreciate his game when you know the momentum shots that he hits and the clutch plays that he makes. Uh, as an opponent of his, I can honestly say that I've just thoroughly enjoyed competing against him and watching him do what he does. He is really one of my favorite players to watch play basketball of all time. Of all time, man. He's just fun. He's fun to watch. Even when he's going up against your team, you just see him hit spectacular shots that you don't think two people in this world could hit. And you know, today was one of them games, man. He really had one. I got to give him his credit. Even though we got the victory, he had 38 points on 8 of 15 shooting from behind the arc, 14 of 24 from the field. Uh, really spectacular stuff from Steph Curry. So yeah, that's where I'll start. I really genuinely enjoyed watching Steph Curry on a Christmas Day game, and especially appreciative of the fact that we beat him. That's for real. Jonathan Kuminga had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 for 4 from behind the arc, a big time jam. So you know that was special. Andrew Wiggins had 21 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. And played well as I figured he would. 3 of 7 from the 3, 8 of 19 from the field. So I'm not surprised by any of this. 11 points for Trace Jackson Davis, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. Draymond walked away with 3 points, 4 blocks, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and a really ridiculous flopping play where he thought he was going to take down Rui, and I don't remember who the other player was that he thought he was pulling down, but it was like 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Draymond's antics are ridiculous. That's what it comes down to. He's absolutely ridiculous. So that's what the opponent did for the most part. Dennis Schroeder had 11 points, 5 assists, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 steal. And I started off talking about the opponent because I definitely gonna be talking about the Lakers the majority of this game. But I just really love what I saw from Steph Curry. Now let's get into the Los Angeles Lakers. We the ones who won the game. LeBron James, 31 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds? 2 of 4 from 3, 12 of 22 from the field, with 2 steals and a block to go along with it. Definitely love that from him. He just really had a fun game overall as well. Trying to go back and forth with Steph Curry. Getting in the shooting contest with Steph didn't work, but he only attempted 4 3-point shots. I really thought that was fine. 1 turnover for LeBron James, so that's absolutely spectacular for us. We want from the King. Defensive stats +4. He just really had a great game, man. He really did. 5 for 5 from the free throw line. A lot of attacking, a lot of big shots. 37 minutes of play. I thought he was stellar, with the exception of the 3-point shot that he tried to shoot after Steph Curry shot his 3. Trying to, like I said, going back and forth with Steph, it was good for show, but it's not good for strategy. And I think that's what needs to be said. But I thought LeBron's been good since he's taken his break, really. I mean, he hasn't really been a bad player for us at all since coming back from his 2-week absence. Of course, I didn't see much of the Pistons game, but he was the one doing all the stuff down the stretch and almost won the game for us. You know, and he looked good doing it. So I just want to give credit to the King. I thought he really snapped out of that funk that he was in earlier in the month, and has come back to play some really good ball, and it's really helped us a lot. Austin Reaves, as amazing as I thought LeBron James was, I have to give the game ball to Austin for sealing the deal. 26 points, 10 assists, 3 turnovers, 10 rebounds. It's a triple-double for Austin. I did not realize he had a triple-double until this very second. A triple-double for Austin Reeves in a game-winning layup. Yeah, he getting the game ball for sure. And a lot of that had to do with the usage because we didn't have D'Lo Russell out there, and Anthony Davis went down early with an ankle. So we're going to have to pay attention to Anthony Davis. He only played 7 minutes. It was a non-factor, of course, because of that. But our guys came back and won without AD and without D'Lo in Golden State on the road on Christmas Day. And it took some fantastic performances from some guys, man. Dalton Connect bounced back strong. We wanted to see a big old Dalton game. And this was close as we're going to get to that. A plus 13 with 13 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds is what that is. And, 5 of 9 from shooting from the field, 1 of 5 from the 3. So I thought Dalton really was an impactful player, and we needed that play off of the bench. Max Christie, 16 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, -8, 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 8 from the 3. I thought he shot the 3 a little too much, but he was trying to, I think they gave him more confidence to shoot the ball since he had been shooting it well as of late. I like the scoring output that Max has given us. Over the last several games, he's been getting over 15 points. So if he can continue being on that trajectory and continuing to rise from here, this is our best pure two-way player. Not named Anthony Davis, of course, but you get what I'm trying to say. He's the best player that's going to, if he can score like this consistently going forward, he's obviously one of our best defenders. He's the two-way wing we've been looking for. So I'm really excited about Max Christie, and I'm going to say something I've already said a couple times. I think Darvin Ham may have saved his job if he would have just played this kid. Because the stuff that Max is doing right now, what I want people to understand is that he's a year behind on his development because we didn't play him at all last year. So a lot of what we're seeing from Max, this is the same production you would have saw last year if Coach Ham would have believed in him and just gave him the same minutes that JJ's giving him. He needed to, based on the deficiencies of the roster. And he never gave the boy a chance, and I really genuinely think it led to so many different things that were difficult for Darvin to overcome. You should have played Max Christie, Darvin. Look what this kid is doing for us. He would have been so much better if these opportunities would have been given him sooner. And whatever he's going to be next year would have been what he gave us this year if Darvin would have just played the kid, man. I really think it would have been a game-saving, a job-saving decision. Just playing Max Christie. All of the problems that he had defensively, trying to find different rotations to help his team defend, because and just all this different stuff that Darvin was trying, and he never went to Max. Max was the most obvious decision. We talked about it every single night, and he just, for whatever reason, refused to play him. Everything would have been different if he would have done that. Because this kid is a legitimate point of attack defender, and judging by how he's progressing, with just 30 games into the first real season, he's getting an opportunity, and now he's giving you 16 points of production on Christmas Day. I don't. What else is there to say? This is it. This is it. All that coach was looking for was right there. Rui Hachimura, 18 points. I love what I saw from Rui there. 5 of 7 from behind the arc, 6 of 12 from the field. There were moments out there where I was looking at Rui not really certain where his head was, as I always do. Sometimes Rui does stuff that I don't think is great. But when it comes to shooting the basketball, he can shoot the basketball. And sometimes you just got to let guys do what they do well. And I thought that we gave Rui Hachimura plenty of attempts. 12 attempts is what I like. He was shot 50% from the field and well over that from behind the arc. That's what we need to do with Rui all the time. All the time. And I thought he played some good defense down the stretch, too. He had a block down there. I thought his defense down the last 3 minutes of this game was pretty damn impactful, without Anthony Davis especially. And we were very short, but it made for Rui getting the minutes that he needed, and I think it helped with the looks. With Anthony not out there and D'Lo not out there, we needed to lean on Rui, and his efficiency shined, as it always will, because he's going to hit a lot of shots. It's just the other stuff that you wonder if he's going to be able to pull off. But This is who Rui is. You give him the opportunities to shoot the ball regularly, and he's gonna be highly efficient. We learned that 2 years ago in the playoffs against Memphis, and for whatever reason, his franchise hasn't really given him an opportunity to look like this every night. But I tell you, this is who Rui is. If you're trading for Rui and you get this player, this is who he is. He's a highly efficient basketball player when it comes to scoring the ball. Hit or miss in other areas, but about as efficient as anybody. So that's really what I want to say about Rui. I like this performance, and I thought this was a great audition for him to get more minutes and more opportunities, and for either a team to trade for him or for us to shave some stuff out of here so we can make this role his role. So yeah, like what I saw from those four players: LeBron, Rui, Austin, and Max, and then Cam Reddish came in and gave us 2 steals, 4 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. I just love how Cam Reddish has been playing, at least for 10 games straight. He's just been really, really good. I never care that he can't score that well, because that's not really what I have him out here for. But the defensive end, he just makes us such a better basketball team defensively. And making me eat words. You know, there were times throughout the offseason when I was wondering if it made any sense for him to be brought back. We talked about he just needed to be traded, this, that, and the third. And why is he in the NBA and all different types of stuff, man? I'm sorry, bro. Literally, Cam Reddish, official apology. You've been great all season long for us in the role that we asked you to play. And I could not have been more pleased with his role through 30 games. Through 30 games, he's been great. There's certain games where he doesn't do a lot, but the majority of the time he's been out there, he's probably our second best defender, and we can't defend without him. And we're very good defensively with him. And I think between him, Max Christie, and Gabe Vincent defensively, they've given us some defense that we really, really need for this roster. So, you know, people say that we don't have a great bench. I do agree we don't. But I think that you have to understand that most of our bench is made up of defensive first guys. Reddish is the defensive first guy. Koloko, defensive first guy. Vincent, defensive first guy. That's the bench. You got D'Lo, but he doesn't play tonight, so you can't really mention him in this. So when you say the bench doesn't score, they're not supposed to. Not the guys that we use, but they are capable of defending, and that's what they've done. I thought Koloko's energy was fantastic tonight. 6 rebounds is what I need from him. If he can get better rebounding the ball from here, that would be wonderful for us. Still a 24-year-old kid. I thought he played good. 2 points, 1 block, 6 boards in 9 minutes. That's great, man. That's great production for 9 minutes of play. For the type of player that he is, a +7, 101 from the field goal. That's all I need. Just rebound the ball, get a couple blocks, be tall, man. In a night where we really needed your size, I thought we could have went to you even more, and I'd have felt good about that. Gabe Vincent finally had a cold night from behind the arc, 1 of 6 from the 3, 2 of 7 from the field, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 points. He cooled off after having really, really nice, hot 3-point shooting games. He finally had a game where he couldn't hit a shot, and I still thought he was pretty impactful. I thought he played pretty well, and I think he's on the right track to be a player that we appreciate. And we were able to get away with him not having a very good shooting night tonight. Dalton Knecht, like I said, he was 1 of 5 from the 3. That was the only thing I could really say that was bad. He rebounded very well, which I'm very pleased with. And let me skip back to Koloko to say he had 4 offensive rebounds, the team leading 4 offensive rebounds, which is really important against the Golden State Warriors. So, but yeah, Dalton Knecht, 7 boards, 2 assists, 13 points. I thought he was impactful, +13 game high for our team. Very, very helpful stuff, man. It definitely got us where we needed to go. So that's really the production that we had for our team. We shot 45% from the field, of 49 of 91 attempts, to the Golden State Warriors 41 of 89 attempts, 46.1%. So they were just 1% field goal percentage behind us. Same amount of attempts, same amount of makes. 3-point shooting, we were 15 of 42. They were 18 of 45 for 35% for us and 40% respectively. I thought that the shooting was, we thought the 3 a little more than we'd like to, but based on personnel, it was kind of what we did. Austin drove me crazy with the 3-point shot that he took with like maybe 1:20 to go. I thought that was a very bad shot, but he came back and made up for it by driving at the rim in a situation where we really needed him to do that. So I was ready to bash Austin for that shot. I thought it was something you can't do against Steph Curry. You're up by 3 and you coming down, take an early shot clock 3-point shot instead of working the ball around. That hurt us a lot, but we were able to get away with it, and he ultimately was the game winner, laying the ball up and all that. So Austin came back and made up for it. I think most people forgot about that shot. I did not. We just got to make good decisions, and we won't find ourselves in situations like we needed, the layup in order to win. If we take a better shot on that possession, maybe it's not as much of a crunch time situation. When you're playing against Steph Curry, you can't take chances. It's the same thing I was telling my uncle today in the football game we were watching with the Ravens. When you're going up against Lamar Jackson and that defense and those players, you can't be a gunslinger. You can't be a gambler. And I thought the Texans were a gambling team, and that's why they got blown out. And so when you look back at this game here, we gambled some against Steph Curry, and he shot us down. We were able to run out of there with a victory because this team ain't really that great defensively right now. But you definitely do not want to gamble the way that we gambled at times in this basketball game. Going back and forth with Steph in the shooting contest, shooting your early shot clock 3-point shots down the stretch when you're only up by 3 against him. This game was a little more interesting than it needed to be, and I'm glad we walked out of there with the big layup. But those who study film will know that the Lakers could have played better. Even under the circumstances, there were things we could have did much smarter. And a smart team is going to study those things and make sure they go over them with the team. A smart coach is going to go over those things. And I think our coaching staff should do that. Perfect from the free throw line. That was very essential. 18 of 18 from the free throw line. You think of all the games where we had 66% from the free throw line on 18 attempts, stuff like that. If you shoot like that tonight, you lose. You needed every single one of those free throws. You hit them all, and you won by 2. So if that didn't help you win the game, I don't know what did. Golden State was 13 of 17, 4 misses. They lost by 2. You see how that works? You hit your free throws, you walk out of here a victor. You don't, you lose. It really did come down to free throws, believe it or not. We lost the rebounding total, 44-41, but we're not surprised by that because Golden State's a very good rebounding team and we didn't have Anthony Davis. We gave up 12 offensive rebounds. Again, that's kind of fine for what it was. We also took over. So we received 11 of them as well. Very proud of that. 30 assists to their 26, not bad. 6 steals to their 2, so we definitely had some good defensive stuff going on. 4 blocks to their 8, again lacking in size, so that's understandable. 9 turnovers to their 13. Very happy with how we turned the ball over tonight. 9 is good. If you stay under 10, you did enough to win. They had 13. That wasn't all that bad either. 17 points conceded off of those turnovers. That's because they were hitting transition threes, obviously. That's really what that tells me. Transitions, 3-point shots. And they had 13 points conceded off of 13 turnovers there. So 12 fast break points to their 8. It's okay. Points in the paint, 48-42. We won that. It's fine. And we fouled less, 14 to their 18, which is normal. And there were big leads in this game. The Lakers had an 11-point lead, and the Golden State Warriors at one point had an 8-point lead. So, it feels good to win this basketball game. It was very even, very close. And, we held off Steph Curry on a 38-point night for himself. This is exactly what you would expect from superstars. And Austin Reeves really stepped into his stardom as well. And had a big Christmas Day game that we won't soon forget. Was the hero tonight. Gets the game ball for sure. Triple-double with 26 points. That's really big production, man. And for a night when we didn't have 2 of our most important players in D'Lo and, of course, Anthony Davis, you needed that production. And I thought guys stepped up. Rui, LeBron, Austin, Christie, and then on the defensive side, Christie once again, Cam Reddish, Koloko, Vincent, and Dalton Connect off the bench performing pretty well. I thought this was a pure team effort and a really good game to watch on a Christmas Day. I think the NBA should give themselves a hand. I don't know how that Denver-Phoenix game is going. I haven't even as much as glanced at the score of that. But the first 3 games that they had today were all good games. I didn't get a chance to see the New York game, but I heard that was a fantastic game. The Dallas game was a fantastic comeback game. Philadelphia beat the Celtics, which is always great to a Laker fan. And then we had this clutch game right here that came down to the wire. It's just a great game of Christmas Day games, man. They beat the NFL because the 2 NFL games are trash. Just being real. So, congratulations to the NBA on a fantastic night of basketball. You still own that on Christmas Day. So, yeah, man, that's what I have to say. I enjoyed this game watching it with my uncle. That was really special for me. just being in his presence, watching that game, and doing what I do, um, was great, man. And you know, I think that my team really showed up. Obviously, we're worried about Anthony Davis's health. Hopefully, D'Lo comes back healthy. But you know, we found a way to beat this Golden State team. I think is struggling right now. I don't think they're a very good team. Like I said, the only team they can really beat right now is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we are not them. So we won the game. That's kind of what it's been for them lately. Um, and it it feels really good. It feels really good to continue to keep our foot on their necks, especially on the Christmas Day situation. Up next, we have, of course, Sacramento Kings again. As if we were going to play anybody else, right? Of course, it's the Kings again. What, you thought you were done with the Kings? Hell no, you got to play them again. And the Golden State Warriors play the Clippers. So that's what the teams have up next, man. But man, it's a drag having to play the Kings again. Can you believe we got to play them again, bro? Golly, man, I don't want to see them again, bro. I was tired of them after the last two games. Now we got to see them again. I wish the schedule makers would really do something about that. Don't schedule games like that anymore. That's awful, man. Just like I'm sure Golden State's sick of Minnesota. They had to do that with Minnesota. Now we're doing this with the Kings. So at least we're not the only ones going through that. I think everybody has that crap on their schedule this year. And it is what it is. But, you know, just to recap, I say, man, everything I thought was going to happen happened, man. Andrew Wiggins had a big game. Trace Jackson Davis had a big game. These are things that I told you on the pregame. You knew it was going to happen. Steph Curry hit big shots. Wow, who didn't know that was going to happen? Draymond antics, you knew that was going to happen. And, you know, Jonathan Kuminga, bro. I've said throughout the course of many different videos that I like Jonathan Kuminga, but I've never thought he was a Golden State Warrior. I thought he was a player that didn't belong on this team. I think his career goes much better thus far if he's in a different situation, and I'd love to see him get the hell out of there. I really would. He's just not a Warrior, bro. He's not a Warrior. He's a ball-handling power dunker who can get in transition and move. He belongs on the Rockets. He belongs in Orlando. He belongs in a lot of different places, not named Golden State. And tonight, I just thought was another example of that. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 0 of 4 from behind the arc, 1 steal, minus 17. I just don't think his career is going the right way. He wants big money, but this is like a certain type of player who would fit in many different places, going to the one place he absolutely doesn't fit and never leaving there. I would love to see Jonathan Kuminga literally go anywhere else in the league. Get him out of Golden State, and he will flourish. I'm almost certain of it. But as long as he's there, he's just a fish out of water. And that's what I said on draft night, and that's exactly what it's been since he's been there. So that's pretty much my point of view on things, man. I enjoyed this game. I think Golden State is continuing to struggle, and I think part of that struggle is them valuing Jonathan Kuminga so much. They could have had Markkanen if they would have been willing to throw in Kuminga and refused to. Fire Mike Dunleavy if you got any sense. I promise you, Golden State, you'll be better for it. So that's pretty much what I got to say about that, man. Definitely happy to have beaten the Warriors in their building on Christmas Day. May they never forget it. Salute. BDF 44. Merry Christmas. I'm out.